All right, so get this. We're going deep today into Solomonic magic.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You know that clip you sent from Rex Bear's Leak Project podcast
And
where
right.
he's talking about the Sworn Book of Honorius, this
Uh,
grimoire that's supposed to be like one of the most powerful magic books from the medieval period?
yeah, super interesting stuff.
What really got me was this whole idea of the magic circle and how it connects to this like magical sevenfold universe,
Yeah, it's wild. Like they took everything they knew about the universe and mapped it onto a compass.
like planets and elements.
Exactly. Planets, elements, even angels and names of God. It's all woven together.
So we're talking serious layers of meaning here.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Now, Rex Bear was using a translation and commentary by Joseph Peterson,
Okay.
and it sounds like this sevenfold system is like the core of Honorius's whole approach to magic.
Right, at the heart of it.
So where do we even start with this thing?
Well, the text itself doesn't really spell it out in a simple way.
Like a list or something?
Yeah, more like a visual diagram. And it even changes a bit from one manuscript to the next.
Oh, wow. So we're doing some detective work here.
A little bit, but we can piece it together.
Okay, good.
Basically, every direction on the compass, northeast, southwest, plus 3 more in between.
So 7 in total.
Exactly. Each one has its own unique set of stuff connected to it.
Like a cosmic recipe for each point?
You got it.
I like that cosmic recipe.
So take the east, for example.
Okay.
It's associated with the warm, moist, masculine humor.
Huh. Interesting.
And that's linked to the sun, the angel boon, and the name of God, Yisi.
So they're combining all these different things into one system.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing when you think about it.
All right, so East is all about solar energy and that masculine principle.
Right,
What about Southeast? Rex Bear called it Consul on the map.
right. Consul. Good example of how it gets even more complex.
How so?
It's a mix of hot, moist, and dry qualities,
A little bit of everything.
with Jupiter as its planet, the angel Uriel, and the name of God, Zebedee.
Wait, Uriel, isn't that the angel of like knowledge and wisdom?
That's the one.
And Jupiter is all about growth and abundance.
Exactly.
Man, what would a medieval magician even do with that combo?
I know, right? It really makes you wonder.
Okay, let's keep going around the compass.
Sounds good.
South has got to be fire, right?
You nailed it.
Hot, dry, masculine.
Yep. All about Mars, the planet of action and aggression,
That makes sense.
with the angel Carathiel and the name of God, Eloi.
Which reminds me, Rex Bear said he feels super connected to Mars.
Yeah.
Like his aura even shows up as red in those Kirlian photos.
I remember that.
He even talked about maybe having a past life on Mars.
Wow.
It's kind of cool how these ancient systems can still resonate with people today.
Definitely. It shows you how magic is all about understanding and working with these hidden energies.
Absolutely. All right, so we've done east, southeast, and south.
3 down.
What's next?
Southwest, or Nua Hill, as they call it in this system.
No, I help.
Warm and feminine.
Interesting, a shift from the masculine energy of the south.
Definitely. And it's linked to the element of air, the planet Venus Uriel. Again, and the name of God, Ionomi. Hold on. Uriel shows up twice. You notice that? Yeah, so he's connected to Southeast Andes, Southwest. Seems like an important detail, right?
It makes you think, like, what does that overlap tell us about Uriel?
Or about how these two regions interact.
So many questions.
Right. It's something to think about for sure.
I'm taking notes.
Good idea.
All right, on to west. I'm feeling a change in vibe already.
Oh, yeah. West is different. It's cold, moist, and feminine.
Okay, getting more lunar vibes now.
Exactly. It's associated with Water the Moon, the angel, Hawk Royal,
Hawk Royal.
and the name of God, Theos.
That angel name is awesome. Hawk Royal.
I know, right?
Okay, 2 more to go. Northwest. Rex Bear called this one Frigicap.
Yeah, Frigicap.
He seemed a little stumped by this one.
It's the wild card of the bunch. It's cold and damp.
Oh.
Generally thought of as masculine, but there's some debate about the element and the gender.
So we've got some ambiguity here.
A little bit.
Hmm.
It's ruled by Mercury, the angel Vile, and the name of God is Saw.
Interesting.
Even Rex Bear was like, got to double check with Crocodile Dundee on this one.
He said that.
He did.
Okay, so this region's kind of a blank space in the system.
Right.
What could that mean?
Well, that's what's so cool about it.
Yeah.
It could be the liminal, the unknown.
The stuff we don't quite understand yet.
Exactly. And Mercury, the ruler of Frigicap, is all about trickery and change.
So even more layers of complexity.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
It's like this region is defying definition.
It might even be inviting us to come up with our own interpretations.
I like that.
And speaking of challenging assumptions, let's finish up with North.
Okay, north. Cold, dry, masculine. Gotta be earth.
You're on a roll. North is Earth, Saturn, the angel Lenel.
Okay.
And this is where it gets really wild. the name of God, but it also represents structure discipline, overcoming limitations.
And those fit with some ideas about Christ's teachings.
Exactly.
So it's not just about surface level stuff, it's about looking deeper at the symbolism.
And seeing the connections even between things that seem opposite.
Right.
This sevenfold universe map, it's not just a list of correspondences.
It's a whole way of seeing how everything fits together.
Precisely.
And this is just the foundation for the magic circle, right?
Yeah.
So how does it actually work in practice?
That's the big question. And it takes us right to the heart of Solomonic magic.
Okay, but before we jump into that,
Sure.
what stands out to you about this whole system? What's got you curious?
Well, you know what really gets me? You know what really gets me is the sheer complexity of it.
Yeah, right.
Like, they managed to weave together so many different things.
Humors, elements, planets.
Exactly. Angels, names of God. It's like this massive cosmic puzzle.
And that's kind of how a lot of people see it, right?
Yeah, like a key to unlocking some deeper secrets of the universe.
Gotta remember, this was a time when magic wasn't just a hobby or whatever.
Oh, yeah. It was like their way of understanding and interacting with the world.
Totally. So how does this magical sevenfold universe actually play out in practice? Rex Bear kept talking about the magic circle.
Right.
Is that where this whole thing comes together?
Definitely the magic circle. Based on this system, it's like the container for magical workings.
Huh.
A sacred space defined by the magician, drawing on the powers of each direction.
So it's not just some random circle on the ground.
No way. It's imbued with those specific energies from the whole sevenfold system.
Wow.
The magician would align it perfectly with the cardinal directions, invoking the right angels, planetary powers, even the names of God for each region.
And that's where the magic happens.
Things get really interesting there.
In what way?
Well, the circle acts as a barrier against bad stuff, malevolent entities.
Okay, like a shield.
But it's also a focal point for concentrating and directing magical energy.
So it's protection and power.
Oh.
Now, Rex Bear was pretty clear about keeping spirits outside the circle.
Yeah,
He even called it a spiritual firewall.
I remember that.
But he did mention some people actually invite entities into their bodies.
Or into their personal space.
Yeah, that seems risky.
Definitely a key difference between magical traditions.
Yeah.
Some are all about protection, separation from spiritual forces, while others want that direct connection, communion, even merging with those energies.
Like opening yourself up to the unknown.
Yeah, for better or worse.
Could be intense.
It takes a deep understanding of what you're dealing with.
And a willingness to face the consequences.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But ultimately, the magic circle, regardless of the tradition, it's about creating a controlled environment
Okay.
for working with these subtle energies.
Like a laboratory for spiritual experiments.
Great analogy.
Huh.
You're not just throwing spells out there randomly.
You're working within a defined space using this complex system to direct your intentions.
Exactly. That's a great way to put it.
Speaking of intention, Rex Bear brought up Franz Bardon,
Oh, yeah?
one of his favorite hermeticists.
Right.
What was it about Bardon that caught his attention?
It was his focus on mental discipline.
Okay.
Like, that's the foundation for any serious magical practice.
Makes sense.
He said it's not enough to just know the rituals or say the right words. You need a super focused mind to really wield that power.
It's like any skill, right?
Right.
You can't just pick up a guitar and expect to shred like Jimi Hendrix.
It's not going to happen.
You need years of practice to master it.
Exactly. And Barton believed mental training was key for developing advanced abilities.
Like mind reading and stuff.
Yeah, mind reading, astral projection, even transferring your consciousness into other beings.
Whoa.
He laid it all out in his book, Initiation into Hermetics.
That's some next level stuff.
Yeah.
But Rex Bear also connected this to Bardon's book, The Key to the True Kabbalah,
Right.
which is all about manifesting reality through words.
That's another big idea in a lot of esoteric traditions.
The power.
It's exactly. Words have creative power. They can shape the world around us.
He even linked it back to abracadabra,
That's right.
which comes from Kabbalistic practices.
It all ties together.
It's like language itself can be a magical tool
Especially when you combine it with focused intention.
and a deep understanding of the symbolism.
Definitely.
Okay, so we've got this super intricate sevenfold universe,
Uh-huh.
the magic circle as a container for those energies,
Yeah.
and then this emphasis on mental discipline to make it all work.
Right.
It's a lot to process,
It is.
but it's also pretty exciting to think about the possibilities.
It really challenges how we think about magic today.
Totally.
It's not just about spells and potions.
It's a whole system of knowledge, practice, self-development,
Exactly.
which brings us to Rex Bear's personal story.
Oh, yeah.
The Gremlins incident.
Right.
Remember how his TV suddenly switched to that movie while he was watching a magic show on Netflix?
Yeah, what a coincidence.
Totally.
It's pretty interesting.
It makes you think about that idea of respecting the forces you're working with.
Yeah, maybe it was a reminder from the universe.
To proceed with caution.
Especially when dealing with powerful energies.
Or maybe it was just a random glitch.
Maybe.
But either way, it adds to the mystery.
It does.
And it highlights that sense of wonder and the unknown that comes with magic.
Right.
We don't have all the answers.
But searching for them can lead to some fascinating discoveries.
Speaking of discoveries, I'm curious to hear your thoughts.
Hmm.
We've laid out the basics of this Solomonic system.
Sevenfold universe, magic circle, mental discipline.
Yeah, where do we go from here?
Right.
What's the takeaway for someone trying to understand this for the first time?
Well, I think the main thing to remember is that Solomonic magic is about more than just rituals.
It's deeper than that.
Yeah. It's a whole system of knowledge that encourages you to look deeper, see the connections between everything.
So it's not about quick fixes or instant manifestation?
No, it's about developing a deeper understanding of yourself and the universe.
Takes time and effort.
Definitely study dedicated practice.
Even Rex Bear, with all his experience,
He's still learning,
he doesn't have all the answers.
and he's not afraid to admit it.
Which is actually pretty cool. It reminds us this is a journey, not a destination.
Exactly.
But with something this complex, where do you even begin?
Well, that's the great thing about it. There are so many ways in.
Like what?
You could start by researching the history of Solomonic magic,
Okay.
or diving into the symbolism of the Sevenfold universe, or even looking at modern interpretations like Franz Barton's work,
What about that exercise you mentioned?
connecting with a specific region.
Yeah, planet or angel from the system.
Totally. That could be a great starting point for personal exploration.
Okay, I like that.
Imagine looking at that compass rose and asking yourself which direction calls to you.
Which one resonates?
Exactly. What feels connected to your personality, your strengths, even your challenges.
Like a mystical personality test. I love it. All right, listeners, here's your homework. Take some time to think about this sevenfold universe map. See which region, planet, or angel you feel most drawn to. And most importantly, what might that connection tell you about yourself?
Think about the qualities associated with that direction. The element, the planet, the angel, the name of God. How do those resonate with your own experiences, beliefs, aspirations?
It's an invitation to explore your own inner landscape.
Exactly.
Who knows, maybe this will spark something in you. A desire to learn more, to go deeper into Solomonic magic or other esoteric traditions.
Just approach it with an open mind, a little bit of skepticism, and above all, a sense of curiosity.
Well said. All right, folks, that's our deep dive into Solomonic magic. We hope this has left you with more questions than answers and a sense of wonder about the mysteries that are all around us.
Keep asking questions, keep exploring, and keep diving deep. Until next time.